Members, guests, and competitors, my name is Bernardi. I'm here as a first-year representative nominee. So I'm a first-year Law and Society student, and I reside from Richmond Hill. So York University was just a university to me a month ago. Now this campus has become a lot more than just a school and an institution to me. The campus life here was a huge step up for me from my high school atmosphere. And the atmosphere here is a lot more involving. During my week of Frosh, I learned a lot more than just how to party and how to dance. But I learned a lot about what this university is. This week showed me on what opportunities a first-year student and the possibilities here at this university. McLaughlin College is very inclusive and informative to all us new first-year students. Council members were amazing in how they advocated for our college being one of the best. Their enthusiasm, their energy, and their devotion and their MAC pride is what's making me stand up here today. And as a first-year rep, our student body needs someone who can pertain to all individuals, and that's someone that can take all first-year concerns and make changes here in McLaughlin College. Me, as a MAC first-year rep, will have more inclusive events for our new first-year students and to improve their time here at McLaughlin College and here at the York University. My goal this year was to make sure that all MAC students will have a voice on our campus, and together we'll feel that our voice is a change, that all matters. Secondly, I'm here to expose all first-year students to the amazing opportunities they have here on campus and at the university, to make sure that every student at York University has at least explored all the resources available to them, like Scott's Library, the Career Center, Student Council, athletics, and the academic support. I thank you all for letting me have the chance to speak up here today. The mic is now in your hands to speak for the 2017-2018 McLaughlin Student Council first-year representative. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, student and council. My name is Tonia Gente, and I'm running for the first-year representative. I am a first-year student, double majoring in criminology and psychology. As first-year students, we're all beginning a new chapter in our lives. We all share the same emotions and worries, but some of us are afraid to vocalize them. They're afraid to vocalize how they feel, reluctant to ask for advice and guidance. The first-year representative has to be a person that you can depend on. A person that will voice your concerns and represent every one of you. A person that is going to dedicate his or her time fully for this position. My primary goal is to express the best interest of first-year students on council and ensure that all first-year students at McLaughlin College are involved in the events, activities, and facilities by all means necessary. Those who Frost have witnessed the hard work the Student Council has put in. They welcomed us to the big family and encouraged us to stay united. As first-year representative, I will organize events with the intention of getting the first-year students more involved with our college. And I will also make sure that no one feels left out or is left out. And when it comes to those who did not Frosh with our college or did not Frosh at all, I'll make sure that they will know all the activities that are going on in our college so they can also get involved as well. Together with the Student Council, I want to work towards uniting us and making sure that everyone is part of our big pack. For me, MAC is a second home, a family, and I want everyone to feel the same way. I am aware of how overwhelmed most of you feel, and let me tell you, you're all in the same boat. As a first-year representative, I want to lift some of the weight you guys feel, and I plan on maintaining a friendly environment that Student Council has created for us, and I want to make sure that no one feels left out and that everyone is involved in every single activity. Thank you very much for your time.
Actually, before I begin my speech, there's a saying about Mac. Do any of you guys know what the saying is?
Mac shit.
What is that?
That's one. Anybody else? Yes? No? I'll tell you. So the saying is that once you're a member of MAC, there's no going back. You are now a part of the Wolf Pack. Okay? Keep in mind. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Oscar Maya, and I will be running for your first-year student representative. And I hope you guys enjoy my speech. So, as a first-year student at York, one tends to feel lost in the sea of unfamiliar faces. Many, just like me, felt overwhelmed walking into university for the first time. within Mac Frosh and academic orientation for everyone, non-Froshes included, happened. It's hard to describe what we went through, but sufficient enough to say that after 1 week together, strangers had become friends. And then from there, they became family. Let me tell you a secret. You know those doors right by the Mac Lounge? You know the ones that are very difficult to open and go through? I think I officially found out why it's so difficult to open and come through. It's because it's trying to contain all that unlimited, crazy energy that Mac is. We're all a mix of olders, youngers, Canadians, non-Canadians, unique, and special people. And it's because of you guys that has truly inspired me that I want to become more for you guys, and I want to better myself from it. I want to completely rehabilitate myself to fulfill your guys' needs as well as fulfill my own. Mac has impacted me in more ways that I could count. And as a fellow first-year student, I want each and every one of you to be touched by the Mac experience the way it has impacted me. As your friend and possible first-year representative, I would like to become the voice that best represents our first-year student population, our ambitions, our interests, and our beliefs. For you, I would like you to make our student government system a more accommodating and inclusive. I would like to help each and every one of you become and remain an active member of this wolf pack by engaging you in amazing opportunities and events that both the McLaughlin College and York University have to offer. Thereby making your college experience the latest one I could ask for, right? Yeah. This, I promise you. All I ask today is that you look to me as one among you, and I hope who you see is a suitable candidate to represent you. It'd be my privilege and my honor to work towards everything that Mac and you stand for. Your vote truly humbles me. Thank you all for hearing me out today, and I hope you have a fantastic journey ahead with us at Mac.
Good evening, Wolves. My name is Naja Santos, and I'm a first-year student studying law and society, as well as a proud member of McLaughlin College. Since my very first day of Frosh, I felt welcomed and have created nothing but special bonds, which just makes me feel obligated and motivated to give back to this wonderful community. And if I'm elected as a first-year representative, I promise not only to listen, but to understand all your ideas, concepts, and concerns, bringing all the first year's voices together to the greater benefit of our McLaughlin College and our community. I am confident that I am qualified for this position, given all my past experiences. At high school, I was a member of the executive member of the student board, a class representative, as well as the president of the Free the Children Club. I can assure you that I will give you my full time, effort, and commitment in hopes to make McLaughlin not only an all-inclusive place, but a second home to all. So on October 16th to October 18th, I ask you to vote McLaughlin. Vote modesty, vote accountability, and vote commitment. Vote Naja Santos, our first-year representative, and let's have the best year possible.
Fellow McLaughlin students, my name is Naja Stanford, and I'm running for the position of first-year representative on McLaughlin College Council. When I came to MAC, I fell in love with the atmosphere and the community. The Frosh leaders inspired me to want to contribute to my college community. I noticed that some first-years felt hesitant or maybe not sure of how to approach council, and this made me want to help them realize that council is there to assist McLaughlin students in the best ways possible. As your first-year rep, I will make myself completely available and open to hearing any of your concerns, and be the connection between your first-year McLaughlin students and McLaughlin College Council. I know that I can be the voice for first-year students. I was a part of my high school's student council as a student action team representative and a member of my school's prom committee. That being said, I have a strong understanding of what it means to be committed. Aside from being a part of school teams, I was also a martial artist and a competitive cheerleader, so I understand what it means to have discipline and to understand the importance of teamwork. If I get elected a first-year representative, I will work to ensure that I will always be open to helping council as a whole, rather than focusing on solely my position. Thank you for your time, and once again, my name is Naja Stanford, and I'm running for first-year representative.
What's Gucci McLaughlin? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Viyasan Thirnvananthaselvan. Oh, geez, say that 10 times fast. I'm a criminology major, And like my fellow competitors, I too am running for the first year representative position in McLaughlin College. When I first heard about McLaughlin, which was in July on the Facebook group page, it took me a good month to actually pronounce it right. Trust me, I pronounced it McLaughlin for a good while. But when Frosh happened, I was so nervous that I was going to relive my high school experiences all over again. And trust me, high school, oof, that's like another story. But rather than being looked upon as some kind of weird kid, I was treated with compassion, kindness, and respect. It was like I was treated in a family once more. At the events at Frosh, the friends I made, the insane times I've had in commuter rooms for those 9 days, and yes, that includes running into the wall. I even won the Trooper Award, who was given by a good friend / father figure, Alec. After those 9 days, I felt like I need to owe everyone back everything that they've given me. So, with the experiences I've had within high school clubs and councils, and as well as being both a leader and someone who's carried his school spirit for more than 4 years, even participating in many McLaughlin events such as Frosh and intramural sports. Play sports, by the way. Play sports. I believe I can help first-year students with McLaughlin-affiliated programs feel more open and more welcome within the college itself. I also want to make sure McLaughlin is a second home to people. Now, before I continue, when I say second home, I don't mean bring your stuff all the way to college and bunk there for a good year.
Not the truth.
I just want to clarify that. Shh. And I also have a few ideas for events that I might be able to bring in within the college. Now, before I finish my speech, I'd like to say one more thing. If you ever see me in the hallway or in a class, please feel free to come up and talk to me, because I'm a really open person. I enjoy making Thank you for listening to my speech, and I hope you vote for me to become your Sajid 2.0. I mean your first year representative.
Alright, so council is kind of like, it's fun, but it's also kind of stressful. So how are you guys going to balance school, if you're doing intramural sports, whatever you may be doing outside of school, and council? No.
So I understand that council is really stressful, just like any other activity that you sign up for. So the way that I would balance it is by making sure that my mental health is okay. So I know that when you're doing activities, it's important to communicate with people that you're working with. So I could maybe talk to people that are already on council, but not add to their stress. So it's important to realize when you are stressed, to take a step back, maybe reevaluate, maybe start a plan. I personally plan my weeks in advance, so if it's on my calendar, it's on my calendar. So I'm a really organized person, and I think that would help me with managing my stress in relation to my council work, school work, plus other extracurriculars that I do.
Something that I find that really controls I feel like each person figures out what controls their stress, right? So during the past year, during my last year of high school, there was a lot of stress, and like I said, I was part of many executive positions, and I just had to find what helped me most. So I just want to be able that if I'm in an executive position, to help all those around me do the same things as well, because I know that I'm not going to be the only person that's going to be going through stuff. So I just want to be able to, like I said, study groups, whatever I can do that will help not only myself but everybody else, because it's not only about helping your own self, you can always help another person while you're doing it on your own, right? Because it's always better to have a friend and do it on your own. So just having each other, we are a community, we are a family, and just treating each other like that.
Time management is key to success here. The reason being is because I would not be running for first year representative if I knew I wouldn't be able to fulfill its duties and obligations of this. I understand that school, obviously takes a hold on us many times, especially during midterms or when we have huge tests. But again, student council, yes, like it said, is that yes, it is going to be stressful, but it's all about communication and communicating with the members on board. Communicating of where if you can handle certain tasks or certain timing, depending on what your task is. It's just right to ask for help as well, because I understand that MAC does have, everyone in council is very supportive of each other. So therefore, if you need help, just ask them and they can really guide you, because this isn't their first year, I'm sure. Some of them are second year. Yeah.
Okay, so my answer might be a bit dramatic, but sacrifice. You have to, in life, you can't get everything you want, so you have to get priorities straight. If you do a lot of sports, cut them down. If you know that you're a part of counseling, that's, you're here to serve people, you can't just be selfish and, yeah, might want to do sports, but if you want to do it, then don't be part of council, right? If you want to do, I don't know, sports, then that's your, do it on, on your weekends. Yeah, that's how I do. I'll probably cut down things that are not as important to me at the moment and do them in the future.
So for me, a big part of it is have to do with what we have in our pockets, so like technology. I use a lot of my phone and my computer for a lot of my daily tasking. So like my calendar, I always make sure I'm logging in my reminders and stuff. And even as a young kid, like I grew up in a family of 7 people, so like I always knew like I had to be on top of my shit and get stuff in order if I wanted to get something done. So like I always had a good sense of time management and devotion and a good sense of reasoning on what was more important and what had priorities over another. And I always made sure that even as a kid, I was really busy with all sorts of things, with cadets, soccer, refereeing, jobs, school. I always made sure I had a good balance. And stress for me was not something that brought me down, it's something that actually kind of helped me succeed. Because when I feel like that pressure and there's people on me and I need to help out here and help out there, that it makes me want to put more effort into it than rather than take a step back and say no thanks. So I find that stress is actually helpful.
Well, I understand most of us are probably dealing with stress right now due to midterm, and sometimes we even have part-time jobs and we can't like balance it out. But like what Tonia said, you need to have sacrifices, right? You need to remove a few things, like in order for the betterment of yourself and maybe some others, depending on your role within McLaughlin or anywhere in general. And if you feel like it's really stressing you out, because I understand mental health is important, you can always talk with guidance counselors here, MAC mentors. Like there's so many resources within York University, the entire campus to be specific, to help you balance out this stress, this mental health, etc. So, and by all means, if you're dealing with stress right now, please see guidance from parents, family, friends, mentors, etc. So, yeah.
Next question. Is there any? No? Go ahead.
Okay. All right, so if you are elected for this position, not only will you be elected for the position of first year rep, but as a general member. So how will you be a supportive general member on our council in terms of like other departments?
And for these questions are just to be fair, because Viyasan and Naja have gone first. What I want to do is Daniel, and then after the next question, then it'll be on. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Alright.
So you want me to start?
Yes, please.
Okay. So to be a good general member for the council, I guess I could see like myself being a part of athletics, so I could really help out with Alex and Austin in terms of like the athletic intramurals, because I've helped them out and also played a lot of sports for MAC already. So I kind of have like my hands in kind of that area, and so yeah, I guess like I would get a lot of input from them and input to them as a general member in the athletics. There's still a few parts of the council I wish to explore that I haven't got a chance to be a part of yet, and I think as a general member I'll be able to. And then I kind of see myself as a jack of all trades, so I can kind of see that I'll have an input in some sort of way in different parts of the council.
So like I said before, communication.
The next question.
So like I said before, communication is the key. So obviously you have to know the people you're working with. Also, I kind of already know and have an interest in all the different parts of the student council. My major was actually supposed to be economics. I just changed last minute. So I love financing, budgeting, and all that. Sports, I've been doing sports since I was young. And planning events, that's something that I've done before throughout high school. And even now I'm still interested, even though just getting involved with other clubs and helping them organize, and even the student council, helping them even though I'm not even though I'm not part of the student council or anything. So yeah, experience and obviously communication.
Yeah, so becoming a general member, like you said, like you have to fulfill your tasks as a first year representative, but as well as in general, so you have to help out. So personally, what I find would do is that I see a lot of people who hang in the lounge. So one thing that I could try to remember to do is help out at being a lounge ambassador. If no one is, if everybody has class or unable to do so, if someone's want to have a break, hour or two, okay, I can volunteer and become a lounge ambassador. Hang out for a bit, and just be there with everyone that's MAC affiliated. If not, then just people who just want to hang out in MAC lounge, as well as help out with intramurals. Get people amped about sports. Just making a bunch of first-year students just come up with a team. Sometimes I know it's kind of intimidating or a bit shy to join a team, so it's like, hey, I'll be on your team. And so it's kind of a build-up process where I'm here where any other member of student council needs me, or anywhere that support could be needed.
Yeah, so I think it's important that first you understand that there's so many different parts to council and how they can all come together. So events can always come together with sports as well as with communications, right? You post an event on social media, that's a sport event, and everyone comes out. Even if you don't play sports, you can always come to support. I'm not the best at soccer, but I've been able to be going to see Yara play on intramurals. As Oscar said, it's also important that we do have the lounge, and it's important to get it out there that there is a lounge, because I know a lot of people that are in MAC or that just don't know that the lounge exists. I've had the pleasure to talk to Haas already about becoming a lounge ambassador, and the reason why a lot of people drop out of becoming one is because of the extensive hours. So if everybody could just pitch in a little bit of their time of the day, it would make a great difference in our community, right? So it's just everybody putting in a little bit of work so that it's not extension for everybody else, right? And that also is going to come through and then control everybody's stress and everything, and just make it a fun and exciting thing.
So a way that I can help council as a whole and not just focus on my position is by making sure that I'm never left without a task. So if I see that maybe one day I don't have that many things to do, or even if I do have a lot to do, I can reach out to the different aspects or sections of council, and I can ask them if they need me to do anything, or I can make sure that I'm always doing something to make sure that one person of council or people of council aren't ever feeling like everything's on them. Because if you're a part of council, it's not just like you're focusing on your one position. Just like they said, you have to make sure that if there's a sports event going on, you have to be there too, or you should make sure that you at least try to make the effort to help them. Because instead of just being a council filled with one position, there's a whole bunch of positions and they all need help in some different way. So just making sure that if you're the first year rep, that you're open to helping everybody else and hearing what their problems are.
Alright, when it comes to being a general member, if one of us do eventually become the president or general member, it doesn't change the fact that you're still a friend or a peer within the McLaughlin College or York University in general. So you should probably, communication is key. You should still go up and talk to people, make friends, so on. Even and motivate them by telling them what's going on in the college. There's a lounge, there's a JCR, there's a senior commons room if you're doing a meeting or such. And I feel there should even be more involvement with social media, and not just and when you're a first year, I feel you shouldn't just generalize by helping first year students. We should be involved with second year, third year, fourth years, and get them involved as well. Meet up with a few people, see what they're doing, how their life's been, and don't just help within your branch. Help in a. So yeah, just communication.